Assalamu alaikum. This video is for class 4, subject is English, and this is our 10th lesson. Today we will continue the same unit, unit number 4, English speaking countries. And in this unit we will cover these lessons. Unit 4, lesson 4, question number 1 and 2. Unit 4, lesson 5, question number 3. Unit 5, lesson 1, question 1, 2, 3, 4. Unit 5, lesson 2, question number 1 and 2. Pages from 24 to 27. So let's begin. Okay, question number 1 is make sentences from the table. These words are given. It's a kind of match the columns. Okay, so you have to make sentences. When it's hot, I go swimming, and when it's cold, I wear a pullover. Pullover is a garment put over the head covering the top half of the body. When I am tired, then what we usually do? Go to bed. When I'm thirsty, then I drink a lot of water. When I'm hungry, I have an apple. Okay. Question number 2 is make sentences from these pictures with the help of the given words. The first column is related to science and the next is related to directions. Okay, see the first column, science. Heat, water, it turn steam. Put water, freezer, it turn ice. Throw water onto fire, it go out. Arrive at crossroads, go straight on. Reach end of road, go over bridge. Get to station, get off bus. Okay students, we by reading these sentences we get the idea what they are trying to say. But these are not proper sentences. Okay, so you have to rearrange these words and phrases to form a meaningful sentence. Okay, now let's see answers. When you heat water, it turns to steam. When you put water in the freezer, definitely it turns to ice. When you throw water onto a fire, then it goes out. These 3 sentences, these are facts. Okay, for facts, for universal truths, we use present simple tense. We use the base form of the verb, the first form of the verb. Turns and goes. Okay, for facts and for always true statements. Okay, point number 4 answer. When you arrive at crossroads, go straight on. Okay, crossroads is a place where 2 roads meet and cross each other. Okay, you can see the directions. There you have to make a decision where to go. Answer to point number 5. When you reach the end of the road, go over the bridge. When you get to the station, get off the bus. Get off the bus means to leave the bus. Okay, see question number 3 on page number 25. Complete the poem. One fine day in the middle of the night, 2 good boys got up to fight. 3 blind men to see fair play, with 40 minutes to shout hooray. Back to back they faced their brother, took out their swords and shot each other. A deaf policeman heard the noise, ran to wake the sleeping boys. And if you don't believe it's true, ask the blind man. They saw it too. Students, it's an anonymous poem. We don't know the name of the writer and it's a folk poem. So in the middle of the night, good boys got up to fight and 3 blind men to see the fair play. Students, can blind people see anything? There's no concept of seeing for this person. It's a nonsense poem, nonsense verse, meaningless, made up words. It's a form of light verse, imagination, the fantasy is there, rhythmic appeal, and they took up their swords and shot each other. And they used swords to kill each other. It's a very old English poem. A deaf policeman heard a noise. And you know that a deaf person can't hear anything. A complete deaf person cannot hear. Students' poems don't have only one interpretation. You can make your own interpretation. When we read the work of the poet, then we try to guess the meaning of the poem, or sort of gateway through which we can peek into the psyche of the writer. But that where the flow lies. There will always be differing interpretations of the same words, because we are all wired differently. Okay, so there can be a multiple interpretation. Always create your own point of view. That's the nature of art. Okay, now see unit number 5. Let's check. Unit number 5, lesson number 1. Mrs. Wade is asking Dan about his plans for the weekend. Read the dialogue and choose the best phrase. Mrs. Wade, what are you going to do on Saturday? Okay, students' answers are in different color. Students, doing is the best phrase here. Dan, I am going to play in a volleyball match in the Stratford. Both are possible. You can say, I am playing in a volleyball match and I am going to play in a volleyball match. We have to choose the one, so the better is the playing. And these are in continuous tense. How are you getting? Getting is the better phrase. Getting is the better option. How are you getting there? You could also say, how are you going to get there? Students, both are possible. Dan, the coach is leaving or going to leave from school at midday. If he is leaving, then choose the direct option that the coach is leaving from school at midday. Not going to leave. Students' question says choose the best phrases, not the correct phrases. Okay, so you have to choose the best one. Mrs. Wade, are you coming or going to come home in time for supper? Supper is a night evening meal. Let's suppose if you say, are you coming to home in time for supper? It doesn't sound the best. So the best option is coming. Are you coming home in time for supper? Then, oh yes, Mrs. Wade, are you going to win or winning? Mrs. Wade, are you going to win? Okay, winning is not the correct option, not the best option. Then I hope so. I think we're better than the other team. Okay, question number 2. Question number 2 is Mrs. Burki is asking Imran about his plans for the day. Okay, this is the plan for the day, not for the weekend. Read the dialogue and choose the best phrases. Okay, answers are in red color. What are you going to do after lunch? I am going to do my homework, that I am going to help grandma with her shopping. Going is the better option because she is asking his plans for coming hours. Mrs. Wade, that's kind of you. When are you going to revise for your test? Imran, tomorrow. That's a football match on TV this evening, so I am going to watch it. Question number 3. Question number 3 is circle the correct word to complete the sentences. Point number 1 is a sea creature with 8 arms is called a whale, an octopus, or a shark. The correct option is octopus. Octopus is a sea animal with 8 arms. Not the whale, not the shark. Point number 2 is a dash is a type of fish. Penguin, squid, sea lion. We know that penguin is a bird, not a type of fish. And squid is not a fish. Because fish are vertebrates, means having a backbone, and squids are invertebrate. So sea lion is the answer. Sea lions are mammals, and they all have flippers. Flippers means arms on the bodies of some sea creatures, which help them swim. Sea lion scientifically mammal है, लेकिन literal sense में it's a type of fish. Okay, point number 3 is we don't live on the dash, we live 20 kilometers from the sea. Seabed, coast, beach. Seabed means the ground under the sea. So, nobody can live. So we don't live underground sea. Beach is the area of sand near the sea. The correct option is coast. Coast means Sahel. So people live near the coastal areas. We don't live on the coast. We live 20 kilometers from the sea. You cannot drive across the cave, not the correct option, cannot drive across the tank. But you cannot drive across the marsh. Marsh means daldal because the ground is too wet. The dash of the story is not exciting, not much happens. The setting is the place, okay? The author, the writer. The correct option is the plot of the story is not exciting. Plot means the events, the rise, the fall, the climax, the end, okay? These are events, story. If not exciting, it means not much happens. Okay, students, you can see the picture of a sea lion at the back. Okay. Question number 4 is spelling. Complete the statements. Okay, you have to complete these blanks. Answers are in yellow color. There isn't any dash in the bungalow. There is not any shampoo in the bungalow. Point number 2, she was sitting on the dash. Where we sit? On the veranda in her pajamas. Kangaroos don't live in the jungle, they live in open country. Students, kangaroos usually live in lowland, where the land is near a flat or below the level of the sea, where there are not usually mountains or large hills. Point number 4, a panther is black but a tiger is striped. You can see the difference. Look at the picture. Strip means lines. A leopard is a type of big cat with dark spots. Okay? It's a large wild cat that has yellow fur with black spots on it and lives in Africa and Southern Asia. Apes eat all kind of nuts, seeds and berries. So these are a type of monkeys. Okay, now see unit number 5, lesson number 2. Add the tag questions. Tag questions are a statement followed by a mini question. For example, point number 1 is you have 2 sisters, and the mini question is haven't you? Question mark. We use tag questions to ask for confirmation. They are often used for checking information that we think we know is true. तुम्हारी 2 बहनें क्या नहीं है? And students, remember the basic rules about tag questions. If the statement is negative, the tag must be positive. And if the statement is positive, then the tag must be negative. Point number 2 is you live in Lahore. This is a positive statement. The tag question must be negative now. Don't you? Means तुम लाहौर में रहते हो, क्या नहीं रहते? Students, I hope you're getting with the help of translation. Point number 3 is you don't read many books. This statement is negative because you use not. So there is not. Now the mini questions must not be a negative. then just say do you and question mark at the end. Point number 4, you haven't got a bicycle. Negative statement. And the mini question must be have you, okay, not haven't you. Your mother is an artist. Positive statement. So isn't she is a tag question. Your father isn't at home this week. Is he? Your father travels a lot. Doesn't he? Okay. Question number 2 is rewrite the sentences to give the same meaning. Okay, point number 1 is a tiger grows old, then is given in a bracket, hunts people instead of animals. Okay, you have to rewrite these sentences in such a way that it must give the same meaning. So the answer is when a tiger grows old, comma, it then hunts people instead of animals. In sentences which refer to future, the clause after when is present tense and not in future tense. Students when can be used to ask questions, but under a different context. When need not necessarily mean time frame, but can mean under what circumstances or conditions. Point number 2, the zebras cross a river. Question mark, crocodiles attack zebras. Answer is when the zebras cross a river, comma, crocodiles attack them. Students, we use a comma to separate independent clauses. Point number 3 is rainwater runs off the roof. Full stop. It then flows through a pipe into a tank. Started by using when. The answer is the correct statement is when rainwater runs off the roof, comma. Commas indicate a brief pause, okay, not a final. It then flows through a pipe into a tank, full stop. Point number 4, some birds are flying in and out of the cave. Let's suppose if somebody asks you how many birds are there in the cave, then what would be your answer? You have to say there are some birds. Okay, THERE means wahan. There are some birds flying in and out of the cave. Point number 5. 5 is 2 people are sleeping under the tree. How many people are there? The correct answer is there are 2 people sleeping under the tree. Point number 6 is there's a goat eating the vegetables in my garden. Answer is a goat. A goat is eating the vegetables in my garden. There are some boys looking for crabs on the beach. You have to just drop out there are. Started with some boys are looking for crabs on the beach. Okay, our lesson has been completed. Okay students, सारे questions book पर ही करने हैं except last question. Rewrite the sentences to give the same meaning. ये 7 points rewrite वाले notebook पे करने हैं. Thanks for watching this video.